Welcome to our culinary journey through Spain. You know, the Spain you don't see on those prepackaged tours. Forget the beaches and the bullfights for a minute. Let's talk about what really matters. The food. Today we'll explore 10 traditional Spanish dishes that you simply must try. This is the real deal, the kind of food that's been feeding families for generations. From savory to sweet, Spain's cuisine is as diverse as its culture. So loosen your belt, grab a glass of Rioja, and get ready to taste the real Spain. First up, we find ourselves in Valencia, the birthplace of Paella. Picture this, a wide, shallow pan, sizzling over an open fire. The aroma alone, a heady mix of saffron, smoked paprika, and fresh seafood, is enough to make you weak in the knees. We're talking about bomba rice, each grain plump and thirsty, soaking up the flavors of the broth. Chicken, rabbit, maybe some snails for the adventurous, all browned to perfection. Mussels, clams, prawns, maybe even some cuttlefish or squid, all cooked until tender. This isn't just a dish, it's a celebration. A gathering of friends and family, huddled around a communal pan, scooping up the paella with crusty bread. Next, we venture into the world of jamón ibérico, a delicacy so revered in Spain it borders on the sacred. We're talking about black Iberian pigs, roaming free in oak forests, their diet of acorns giving the meat an unparalleled depth of flavor. The curing process is an art form in itself, taking years of careful aging in temperature-controlled cellars. The result, thinly sliced ruby red ham with a marbling so delicate it melts on your tongue. The flavor? Intense, nutty, slightly sweet with a lingering, almost buttery finish. Drape it over a piece of crusty bread, maybe a drizzle of olive oil, and let it transport you. This is the taste of Spain's soul, the culmination of centuries of tradition. In Spain, they say the fat is life, and nowhere is that more true than with jamón ibérico. From the mountains, we head south to Andalusia, a land of scorching sun and fiery flavors. Here, survival means finding ways to cool down, and that's where gaspacho comes in. This isn't your grandma's tomato soup, folks. Imagine this. Ripe, juicy tomatoes blended with crisp cucumbers, sweet green peppers, a hint of garlic, and the finest olive oil. It's seasoned simply with salt, pepper, and maybe a splash of sherry vinegar for that extra zing. Served ice cold, often with a garnish of chopped vegetables or a swirl of cream, gaspacho is more than just a soup. It's a way of life. It's the taste of summer in Andalusia, the perfect antidote to the midday heat. Let's talk about tortilla Espanola, or as some might call it, the Spanish omelette. Don't let the simplicity fool you. This dish is a testament to the power of quality ingredients and perfect execution. We're talking about potatoes sliced thin and fried in olive oil until they're soft and golden. Onions caramelized slowly until they're sweet and translucent. And of course, eggs beaten just enough to create a silky custard-like texture. The key here is patience. Low and slow is the name of the game. The result? A thick golden omelette bursting with the earthy flavors of potato and onion. It's the taste of home, of family, of Spain. Get ready to spice things up with patatas bravas, a tapas staple that's taken the world by storm. Crispy golden potato chunks, fried to perfection and tossed in a fiery sauce. The sauce is a blend of smoked paprika, garlic, chili peppers, and sherry vinegar, best enjoyed with a cold beer, surrounded by friends and conversation. The perfect way to kick off a night out, a taste of Spain that's both familiar and exciting. Let's take a little detour to the region of Galicia, where they like to play a little game with your food. I'm talking about pimentos de padron, small green peppers that pack a surprising punch. Now, most of these little guys are mild, almost sweet, but every now and then you get one that's like a firecracker in your mouth. They're cooked simply, blistered in olive oil until the skin wrinkles and chars, then sprinkled with coarse sea salt. The contrast of the sweet, smoky pepper with the sharp salt is addictive. And the anticipation of that occasional spicy one keeps you coming back for more. It's a roulette wheel of flavor, a culinary adventure in every bite. You never know what you're going to get, which is all part of the fun. Time for something sweet. What better way to start the day than with churros? Crispy golden sticks of fried dough beloved in Spain. Fluffy inside, crispy outside, dusted with sugar. Often served with thick, rich hot chocolate, the combination is simply irresistible. breakfast that makes you want to lick the plate clean. Let's head back to Galicia, this time to explore the region's love affair with octopus. Pulpo a la galega, or Galician-style octopus, is a dish that's both rustic and refined. We're talking about octopus tenderized by being repeatedly dipped in and out of boiling water, then cooked to perfection in a copper pot. It's sliced into bite-sized pieces and arranged on a wooden platter, often with boiled potatoes. The key here is the seasoning, a simple but potent mix of olive oil, smoked paprika, and coarse sea salt. This is a dish best enjoyed with a glass of Albarino, the local white wine, and good company. When the winter winds blow cold in Madrid, there's one dish that warms the soul and satisfies the stomach: Coido Madrileno. This hearty chickpea stew is a true labor of love, a slow-cooked symphony of flavors that's been feeding families for generations. We're talking about chickpeas, simmered for hours until they're meltingly tender, along with a medley of meats: chorizo sausage, pork belly, blood sausage, and sometimes even a ham bone for extra flavor. Vegetables like potatoes, cabbage, and carrots add sweetness and depth, while spices like paprika and cumin add warmth and complexity. It's traditionally served in 3 courses: the broth, often with thin noodles, followed by the chickpeas and vegetables, and finally, the meats. It's the taste of home, of family, of Madrid on a cold winter's day. Sometimes, the simplest dishes are the most satisfying. Take tostas de tomati jamon, for example. It's just toasted bread rubbed with garlic and ripe tomatoes, drizzled with olive oil and topped with thinly sliced jamón. But in its simplicity lies its genius. We're talking about crusty bread toasted to perfection, its surface rubbed with garlic for a hint of pungency. Then comes the tomato. Ripe and juicy, its flesh rubbed into the bread, releasing its sweet, tangy juices. A generous drizzle of olive oil adds richness and depth, while the thinly sliced jamon provides a salty, savory counterpoint. It's a symphony of textures and flavors: the crunch of the bread, the juiciness of the tomato, the silky smoothness of the ham, all coming together in perfect harmony. We hope you enjoyed this delicious tour of Spain's traditional foods. From the sun-drenched shores of Andalusia to the rolling hills of Galicia, we've explored the heart and soul of Spanish cuisine. We've tasted the passion, the tradition, the sheer joy of eating that's so integral to Spanish culture. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more culinary adventures. We've got a whole world of flavors to explore, and we can't wait to share them with you. Hasta luego.